All right, Greg, thank you. And for more now, let's bring in our political analyst, Brian Sobel. Brian, Mr. Trump said that he is running to help the country find its true glory, he said. How do you think his message tonight will be received?
Heather, for his base, I think they'll like it. For much of the country, I'm not sure they're going to be as enamored of the president's message, which, by the way, typical of Donald Trump, is still going on now 64 minutes after it started. And lots of explanations, a lot of me, I, not a whole lot of team, a lot of the drain the swamp again, the usual rhetoric, the tearing down of other people. I think a lot of Republicans, while they may have supported much of what his administration did, soured on Donald Trump.
During this speech tonight, you talk about, he was looking at the past couple of years here under President Biden. And Mr. Trump said tonight he believes it will be easier to win in 2024 because everyone in this country will see what a horrible job President Biden has done. I'm curious to get your sense. How do you think that logic holds up based on what we saw from voters in these past midterms?
Well, it'll be interesting, Alex. I think as we go on here, if the economy doesn't turn around, if international things don't go as well, I think the Republicans may have, if they have the right candidate, a good chance of winning the White House. However, I'm not sure that the person who can win the White House for the GOP is Donald Trump. I think his day has passed. Time will tell. But I think there's some other candidates out there in the mix for Republicans who are not going to be as afraid of Donald Trump as a lot of his opponents were when he ran in 2016.
Okay, Brian, I want to talk about that. But what does this announcement do to the category of potential challengers here? For example, like a Florida's Ron DeSantis.
I think Ron DeSantis looks at this and says, hey, bring it on. He has just come off a huge win in Florida. Heather, he mobilized people in Florida, public works people and everybody else to basically bring Florida back very quickly from 2 hurricanes. He is very, very popular. I don't think he's afraid of Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump will do what he needs to do in terms of trying to belittle him. He already has a nickname for him. I'm sure he's got nicknames ready for everybody who may jump in. But this is a different time. And bear in mind, too, Donald Trump will be 79 years old should he win and then go into the White House. Is America ready for another 80-year-old in the White House? That would be the question.
Let's talk about where this party, the GOP, stands right now. Obviously, there's a lot of looking inward, a lot of soul searching happening right now, and there's some infighting here. The party kind of going through an identity crisis. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, beg your pardon, is going to be challenged for his leadership position by Rick Scott, we learned today. While over on the House side of things, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy won the GOP nomination today to become Speaker of the House, but he's still going to have to court the far-right faction of the conference in the House to become Speaker. So it's an uphill battle for him. What does all this infighting within the GOP signal about where the party likely is headed in the next couple of years?
Well, as we view it today, there are a number of people who are still supporting Trump, and they're pushing a Trump-like agenda or a Trump agenda. Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell, and these other people have been around Washington, D.C. a long time. Mitch McConnell declared today that he won't lose, and McCarthy doesn't think he's going to lose, but we will see. There is division within the GOP, and frankly, there's division within Democrats as well. And so right now, everybody's trying to jockey for a leading position, whether it's a leadership position in the House or the Senate, so that they could begin to guide and design the agenda for 2 more years.
All right, Brian Sobel, always appreciate your insight. Thank you on what has been a very interesting night as former President Trump announces his another bid for the White House. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Appreciate it, Brian. Well, it's been one day.